Yo, welcome back to my channel. This is Azzy Graphics. In this particular tutorial, we're creating this particular flyer. Alright, so it's simple flyer design. As you can see, it's very easy, but it looks cool. Alright, so let's just go straight to this tutorial. So the first thing I'll be doing is I'll be creating a new window. Alright, so this is how I just came about it. In case, so all you just need to just come to image size and just input these characters here. Come to costume, input these characters 277 2744 3000 and just click on OK. So you get this particular screen resolution. Then I will change my background color to hopefully white. I actually have no use anyway. So the next thing I'll be bringing is the image of my model. Okay, so this is his image I'll be using. So I'll just scale the image to this particular side. Now I'm sending you the image, but the necessary so I'll just scale it to this particular size. Alright, then make sure it's at the center. Come here and I'll just lock it up. Alright, so I've already done a bit of touching on the image. So the next thing I'll just come is I'll create in a shape. Okay, so I will kind of increase the size. Okay, so I'll increase it this way. All just see, I increased it completely to the fullest. So the next thing I'll just come here, still on that shape, you can see still selected. I'll come to texture, click on this texture. Then I'll come to the image of this my model. Now, so I just decided to just do something that I haven't done before. Okay, so I just select a portion of his clothes. Okay, so we can just, so I'll just click on this mark here. So don't worry, you can just leave that other side. Just leave the other side. So just click on, make sure it's locked, then just tap on the screen. Alright, so the next thing is I'll be creating is another shape, but I'll be reducing the opacity this time. So I'll come and merge this one we just created and this one together. Now you can see this is now an image on its own. That's why it's visible. So just leave it like that. Alright, so let's get this right here. So the next thing we'll be doing is we'll bring in a shape. So we will just position this shape like this. Don't always use this height. So position it like this. Now, okay, let's just use this. So the next thing, I'll change the color. I'll click on plus, use my eyedropper, just come to the shirt and pick it from here. Okay, so I think I want to take it down a bit. Right, so the next one is I'll click on OK. So let's actually bring the real design inside because I can't get this color. I'm not getting this color very well. So okay, so let's, now I can see the color is not giving me the exact color. This one I just used. So let me just go back to edit. Just come steal it from this. Come here, just steal it here. Don't worry, I'll give the color code. So this is the color code. That all you just need to do, just come to click on your color, click on this pen to just input this character. So when you input it, a mark like a check mark is going to appear. Make sure you hit on it and you click on this OK. Then it will give you this. So I will duplicate it. Then the next thing I will come to is edit. Let me just position it here. Alright, so I will just come to color. I'll click on plus, click on this, then I'll just come and bring in this particular color. Now this color, the colors we actually gotten from the model's clothes. So I'll just stick with this one I got from the clothes. So alright, now this the other red too was gotten from his clothes. but I just think I like this one. Is kind of a bit darker, that's why I'm just going with it. So let me hide this. Let me just be sure. Okay, the best thing is just to work with it is with the opacity reduced. Yep. Okay, so we can just make do of it like this. So I'll just reduce the opacity. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing is I'll bring in another shape, but this time I'll use the color white. So I'll just position it like this, but this time I'll send this one to the back. Alright, so the next thing I'll just do is I'll merge the three of them together. So I'll copy it. We've done the copying, so I will come to cut. I'll just flip it this way, then I'll just position it like this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Just make sure it is like this. Okay, let's take it down a bit. Now see, the shape was actually too much, so you know what we're gonna do. Just going to go back to edit. Now we're gonna go back to where before we merge them together. So I'll just come here, and just because I want this side of the leaf to show on his clothes, that's why we're actually going through the stress. So we can just make do of this like this and just merge the three of them. Okay, so I will copy. It is copied. Then I'll come to cut, crop, I'll flip it like this. Then I'll just position it like this. Alright, so I think I like it like this. So okay, let's just lock this. So the next thing we bring in is the name of the picture of our model. So I already scaled it up to this height. Let's see if okay, so let's bring in the real image. Okay, so we are on track, just ignore the color combo. We're on track. We've just made of this like this anyway. So the next one is we'll be bringing in like a text. I have a better wish I have typed, so I'll just scale it like this. So I'll reduce the size, then I'll use Montserrat regular, font size Montserrat regular. Then I'll change the color to black. It's not in black. You can still use this blue. It's cool. It's still okay. This blue, it's okay, but I just want to use black, you know. Alright, so we have this now. So the next thing I'll be bringing is okay, let me just duplicate this. Since I'll be using, let me make it white. I just need something I'll be able to see. Then I'll just May 2023. May 2023. May 2023. Let's just put one more. May 2023. Okay, so alright, let me just put one more. It's okay. So I'll just scale it. increase the size. Okay, so it's quite visible since it's white. Then you will just come to curve, increase the curve. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. Okay, so don't worry, you can scale it like this, or we can just come here and reduce the size. Okay, so it's okay, make sure it's at like this. So the next thing is you copy it. You know, that's one of the reasons we added that. So I'll just come to rotate and I'll put it situation like that's how we added that extra dot there. So when we come to this guy here and we'll just position it like this, so it's okay now. So the next thing is, all right, let's just do a favor by just merging them together. Now, okay, in the original design I used Montserrat, but I won't be making use of Montserrat now. I'll be making use of a different typeface. I think Bebas will, well, let's just check between Bebas and Cinzel. Which one is gonna be cool, more cool? Let's see Bebas. This is Bebas. So let's just make sure the color is white. Then I would love to add padding to this because I don't want to take any chances. So let's be sure they are at the center. Now, alright, so let me just duplicate this. Let's come to its position, make sure it's at the center. So I'll change the font to typeface to Cinzel. Let me use extra bold, right? Or should I use black? I think I'll stick with Cinzel since I used a sans serif font. So using Cinzel, we just have to just balance everything. So I'll just merge. So okay, now I don't need this again. So I'll just merge this. Okay. Oh, I made something different. So it was these two. Sorry. Okay, so now we have this. So we'll just scale it down like this. We can still scale it down a bit. You're not seeing it now, so time to make the color visible. So give it a black color, right? So bring in my grid. So wrong, so right, so wrong, so right. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have this May 2020, May 20. Okay, we can just scale it down like that. So the next thing is bringing my birthday. Okay, let me just bring in this particular birthday PNG I use. So it's gonna take a while now. Okay, it is load. All right, so this is the particular that I'm talking about. So I will just come to eraser, come to then just erase this to you. I will not be keeping that. So the next thing is I will just change this color to white because I need something visible that I can see. Okay, all right, so it's all right, so let's just keep it like this. So the next thing I'll be adding is shadow. Now this shadow is not actually necessary, so I'll be using this color, the same red, okay, for my shadow, the red. So but this time I'll click on this and I'll just drag on this particular element here. So it's going to make the shadow not too visible, but it's there. So So you can try using the blue or the red. So one work, just your preference, right? So the next thing is the name of the name. Let me lock this. Just make sure you're locking your element once you're done with them. So let me just bring in this guy here. So just tap this James. Let me make this small letter, sentence case, James Shola. Okay, so the next thing is I will gladly increase the size. Now I was actually skeptical in the name, the better. We have to move this up a bit. Now I was skeptical about the color I used for the name, since actually both colors I used were not vibrant. So I was actually skeptical using, should I make use of this color or not? So we'll get Montserrat bold. Then I'll just so let me just add and spacing. Okay, so we come to relative position it like this. Okay, so now this is the name of the, I'll copy this, then I will add a particular font, a particular typeface, which is Cinzel Shilling. Alright, so I'll scale it up. So don't just forget about I'll just position it like this. Alright, so I'll just change the color to this blue. I'll just increase the size. Okay, copy this. Now change this to red. No, this the red here. Just wanting to add like a bit of style to okay, so let's lock this up, then copy this and don't make them too much. I think this is okay there. Let me just position this one here. Okay, so I'll just lock this, but this name I'll send it to the front. I don't want anything obstructing the name of my model, so I'll just come to from my gallery, then just come and just give it a confetti, just to show we're celebrating, you know, this birthday vibe. Alright, so let's give it this particular one, the first one here on the top. So bring this check mark. Okay, so we will position this here. Now we know we're celebrating, it's someone's birthday, it's his birthday. So I'll add saturation to this just to make the gold pop out. Alright, let's see if okay, now it's making sense, adding contrast to it. Alright, so we'll just leave this here. I'll copy this, move this other way around, just flip it here. Okay, don't want to make them too much. Okay, so I don't like using too much confetti for my designs when I do my designs. Okay, so now alright, so I guess we are good. So let's bring the one we created first. Is there anything missing? Alright, so there is something missing. This is actually not necessary. It's not necessary, so I might not add it. it's not necessary. So we duplicated this particular one. So here's where I have the problem. In this one, when I did this design, okay, no, we're not facing any problem. We just come to erase color, or we just click on this. It takes away the white part, so you drag it this way to the fullest. So I will just come here and add like a black color to this. Alright, so but I didn't use black completely. I used this pencil color for E, for E, for E. Right, so if you not watch my video on how to create a pencil sketch, you can just do that. How do that? Okay, so that's something I try to achieve here, like a pencil sketch using his image. So alright, so you see where we cut it from, somewhere around this color, the image. So just position it there. So I'll come to position, just okay. So we have this. So the next thing we'll be doing is we'll be sending this to the back. Then we'll just come here and just position it behind this guy here. Then I'll just come to opacity, then reduce this to whatever you like. Now that's why I say it's not necessary. It's not necessary. So we'll just keep this guy here. We'll copy this, position this here. You can still choose to duplicate this. Okay, so I'll be sending this, the same model, we're sending it to the same area where we kept the behind. So you see, they're actually not necessary for this design. They are not necessary. So I'll just come here and lock them, hide them. Sorry, I don't need them. I just feel maybe let me just hide. Should I make one visible? Okay. If you actually want to do that yourself, you can just go ahead and do that. All right, so let's just make one visible. All right, so we are good. So there's this, then there I'll just be copying my let's take copy, then cut C, add column, axis, graphics, alright, so we can stretch this, then spacing. Alright, you don't want to make this too visible, you don't want to make it too catchy. So we are done. So you just come here and save your project, save as ultra. While it's loading, then we'll move, taking it to another, this to Snapseed. I'll just bring in this, click on plus or open, either click on open or you click on the plus at the center. So let's just click on one of these filters, assign to it. Let's see how it's going, the magic is going to bring. Okay, now I think the tabs are no longer visible. Right, so now, alright, so this is the magic it brought in, but I just feel the saturation is too much, but I'll just go with it. I'll click on OK, come to click on this arrow, go to view edit, then come to tune image. Okay, so I will just take a while, so it's taking a while. Alright, so we'll spend about 25.4 minutes. So you come to, there were two sides there, so this was the first one we clicked on. Alright, so click on, come to this, then reduce the saturation. So you can see it's too much. So you click on this. Alright, so now click on curves to bring back all the effects. I have a course on Snapseed on my channel playlist, so you can just go through it. I have some other parts of the course which I haven't brought in, made visible, because I actually got like low turn up on, no people responded watched the tutorial, so me encouraged me to make the remaining one visible. Okay, so you can see we are done. So you can just come and successfully export. So this is one way you can achieve this birthday flyer. You can see it's simple. I didn't use much element. All I just used was text and shapes. You can see this particular element, is it looking this, when I split this design to, it's kind of looking a bit balanced here. Alright, so that's all for this particular video. Please subscribe to my channel. We'll see in the next video. Okay, so that's all for this particular tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I hope you gain value from this video. You can watch my other videos. So see you in the next video.